Hi, my name's Tim Rettig. I'm founder and CEO of Intrust IT in Cincinnati, Ohio. We're an IT support and cybersecurity company. I learned about accountingdepartment.com through the Entrepreneurs Organization, and all I heard was great things about it from other fellow EO members. So it's something I always had in the back of my mind of something, as my company grew, it's something I wanted to be aware of as a possibility to help augment our accounting department. And then COVID hit. So we kind of buckled down and didn't change much for probably about a year and a half or so. And then we wound up doing three acquisitions in 1 year. And after we did that, that really stressed out our accounting department. They were looking for additional staff, and we were looking forward to do more acquisitions. So that's when I reconnected with accountingdepartment.com and engaged with them so that we could have resolve the issues we were having with the capacity problems in our accounting department, as well as look forward when we do more acquisitions to allow us to grow more easily. Since we act as the IT department for other companies, we see all the advantages of having a much more sophisticated operation handle a certain component, even a critical component of your operations. So it wasn't something I was really concerned about in terms of outsourcing. And I knew it was a company I could trust that's been around, that's US based. So I really had no concerns at all going into it. It made a lot of sense to us. We know the cybersecurity that accountingdepartment.com has in place is really strong because we're providing it, and we know the lengths that they're going through to make sure that things are protected. So actually helps with our, it relieves our concern because of that. The implementation definitely is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot to it. They did uncover some issues that we had just in our general accounting practices, some things that when we were smaller made sense, but as we grew, we weren't exactly adhering to general accounting practices for some things in our operations. So there was a little pain that we went through, but we were a lot stronger coming out of that. And it better aligned what our accounting should look like with how our operations look like. And since then we've gone through, because we're an ESOP or an employee-owned company, we go through evaluation every year. So we have to have reviewed financials by a third party, different than the accounting department. And to hear, those companies come back and say, your, accounting is right on. There's no mistakes in here. Everything looks good. Is the types of things that we have to have in place in order to have a clean valuation and review financials. We're coming up on our 3-year anniversary working with the accounting department, and it's definitely gotten a lot smoother. It was rocky during some of that was COVID and a lot of the remote users, and some of that was us as well. But now it feels like we've really got things running smoothly. We've got the work divided very equally between us and the accounting department, and it's been working very well for us. So at this point, the closing is happening right on schedule when we expect it, and the meetings are pretty quick that we have, and the discrepancies are few and far between. So I think the advice I give myself in 2020 would be to take this journey with accountingdepartment.com before we did those acquisitions rather than after, because there was a lot of pain that we endured through that time. I also acquired another company, and this was before I was working with the accounting department, and used another outsourced provider for that company. And there were some pretty significant mistakes that came up in that accounting that caused me some tax bills. I've since sold that company and don't have that anymore, but that was a lesson learned that I should have gone back and said, maybe you should have considered using accountingdepartment.com back then, but I didn't know about it at that time.